Long before temples and formal texts, our ancestors understood the profound connection between humanity and the unseen world. They carved spirals into cave walls and ritually buried their dead, using the earth as their first sacred text. Across cultures and centuries, this connection was nurtured. In ancient Greece, the oracle of Delphi spoke the will of Apollo, her words a form of divine magic. In other stories, like that of the woman from Endor in the Book of Kings, we find figures of power and mystery, women who walked in the quiet margins of history. And at the crossroads stood Hecate, a torchbearer and guide, a keeper of keys and a master of both shadow and light. But with this power came fear. The year 1487 saw ink become a weapon with the publishing of the Malleus Maleficarum, a witch hunter's guide that condemned both women and the wisdom they held. Fear led to tragedy, like the harrowing story of the 10 souls hanged at Pendle, whose whispers are said to ride the wind even now. Yet the craft was never truly silenced. It was revitalized by figures like Gerald Gardner, whose work laid the foundation for modern Wicca, a path that honored ancient gods and rituals in a new way. In the transformative era of the Summer of Love, witchcraft blossomed in gardens, bookshops, and hearts, becoming wildly eclectic and vibrantly alive. The journey continued into the digital age, where witches found community in online forums and schools, sharing spells across pixels and prose. Today, a new generation of witches dances between ancient roots and modern rhythm. We are blending hand-blended oils and casting spells with hashtags, honoring the legacy of those who came before us, while forging new paths for those who will follow. The magic is still here, woven into the past and waiting to be found in the present. This is Weavings at Midnight, the official podcast of the Midnight Weaver. Welcome to the debut episode of Weavings at Midnight, the companion podcast to the Midnight Weaver. We are stepping into the midnight hour on the Autumn Equinox, September 22nd, 2025. I am Roisin Rees, the Nightbloom Witch, the founder of the Midnight Weaver. As a perpetual night owl, I weave magic in the dark of night and find solace in the midnight hour. Tonight I, like many witches across the globe, am celebrating Mabon. The air has become crisp, apples are being plucked from trees, and the equal hours between night and day indicate change. Let us start a Mabon celebration with gratitude, a little hearth magic, and the soothing thought of a herbal brew.
You did not mention snacks again. I am filing a complaint with the Owl Council.
This is Sire, my beautiful virtual familiar, a mischievous little owl who perches between spirit and grimoire, and he will be joining me most nights. Keep an ear out for his commentary throughout the episode. He usually has interesting input, even if it is unnecessary or mildly infuriating. Let us start by discussing what Mabon is. Mabon is the modern name for the autumn equinox, a time when day and night stand in perfect balance. It is a beautiful moment to pause and reflect, as we transition from the bright, active energy of summer into the quieter, darker months of winter. This is especially visible in places where autumn paints the leaves in fiery colours, marking the turning of the year. Mabon is considered the second harvest festival on the pagan and Wiccan wheel of the year, a time of heartfelt gratitude for the abundance the earth provides. The name Mabon is a recent addition, named after a Welsh mythological figure. However, the tradition of celebrating the autumn equinox is ancient, with our ancestors honouring this pivotal moment of balance for centuries. For a witch, Mabon is a powerful time to find balance in your own life, practice gratitude for your personal harvest, and release what no longer serves you as you prepare for the introspective journey of winter. It is a moment to align your inner world with the natural rhythms of the earth. Take a moment to close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and consider what you may be holding that you no longer need to bring into the dark half of the year.
Ah, yes. Mabon. It is the time to release what no longer serves you and your future. But I would strongly suggest keeping the snacks. All of them. Think of it as gratitude and preservation.
That is an interesting way to look at your snack hoarding, Sire. But speaking of connections, let us look at some of the energies and symbols that tie us to Mabon. These are the colours, scents and symbols that carry the feeling of the season. The colours of Mabon are the warm hues of the earth at harvest time. These include deep browns, vibrant oranges, rich reds and shining golds. You can see these in the changing leaves and the fields of grain. For scents, think of the cosy aromas of autumn. Cinnamon, cloves and nutmeg are wonderful for bringing in warmth, while rosemary and cedar offer grounding and cleansing energy. When it comes to crystals and stones, those that support balance, gratitude and grounding are perfect. Carnelian offers a burst of warmth and motivation, and agate brings a sense of calm and stability. Altogether, these stones anchor balance and renewal during this turning of the year. Finally, the foods of Mabon are an expression of the harvest itself. Apples, pumpkins and pomegranates are classic symbols of the season, along with grains, corn and root vegetables. Sharing a meal made with these ingredients is a beautiful way to honor the abundance of the earth. Tonight, I want to share a beautiful spell you can do around Mabon. This is a gentle spell to celebrate gratitude and invite protection into your life. You can perform it on the day of Mabon or a day or two before or after. It is called the apple blessing for gratitude and protection. You will need a fresh apple, a small knife, a candle and optional herbs like rosemary or cinnamon. To begin, take your apple and cut it crosswise, across the middle, rather than from top to bottom. As you do, you will uncover a 5-pointed star. This pentacle, a symbol of protection, is hidden within the heart of nature. On one of the apple halves, you will infuse it with your words of gratitude. You can either carve a symbol or whisper your thanks into the apple. On the other half you will do the same, but this time you will bless it with your wishes for protection. If you have chosen herbs, this is the time to sprinkle them over the two halves of the apple. Now light your candle and watch the flame dance and cast a soft glow. Hold the apple halves in your hands and speak your intentions for each side into them. Now sit for a moment in the quiet candlelight. Take a deep breath and let the feeling of gratitude and safety wash over you. When you are ready, you can return the apple to the earth by burying it in your garden or a compost pile. This act is an offering of thanks and care to the land that provides for us. You can find a printable version of this spell on the Midnight Weaver's Moodle page. I will place a direct link in the episode's description.
Why apples, you ask? Oh, it's just a tiny detail, folks. They have been sacred for centuries. Cut one crosswise and find a surprise. A perfect 5-pointed star, the pentacle, hiding right in the core. Earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, all tucked neatly in a fruit. Apples symbolize knowledge, protection, and connection to the other world. And do not get me started on the lore. Golden apples in Greek myths, apples of wisdom in Celtic legends, and apples tempting mortals into all sorts of trouble. This fruit has been carrying humanity's drama for millennia. So the next time you use an apple in a spell, remember you are not just munching a snack. You are tapping into a symbol that's been sacred for generations. Basically, it is pocket-sized magic. Oh, and a snack. Nature really outdid herself with this one.
Nicely done, sire. That was actually surprisingly insightful for a snack lecture. The balance of light and dark is a central theme of Mabon. Just as the sun's energy begins to wane and the nights grow longer, we are invited to turn our focus inward. The outward, active energy of summer gives way to the quieter, more introspective energy of autumn. This shift from light to dark is not something to fear. It is a natural and necessary part of the cycle. Embracing the darkness allows us to rest, reflect, and prepare for the growth that will return in the spring. Shadow work, in a spiritual and psychological sense, is the practice of acknowledging and integrating the shadow parts of ourselves. These might be fears, insecurities, past traumas, or even positive traits we were taught to hide. Mabon's energy is perfectly suited for this work because it mirrors the process of shadow work itself. The fading light of the year encourages us to look at our own shadow and bring it into our awareness, not to condemn it, but to understand it. By doing so, we gain wholeness and a deeper understanding of ourselves. This episode's ritual reflects that balance. It is a gentle practice to honor both the light and the dark within ourselves and in the world around us. It is called offering of light and shadow. You will need a few simple items: 2 candles, 1 white or gold and 1 black or dark blue, a bowl of water, a small stone that fits comfortably in your hand. To begin, find a quiet space and sit with your candles before you. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. First, light the white or gold candle. As the flame flickers to life, name something you are truly grateful for. This could be a blessing, a moment of joy, a person who brings light to your life. Let the candle glow with that gratitude. Next, light the black or dark blue candle. As this flame ignites, speak something you are ready to release. This could be a fear, a bad habit, a lingering sadness. Basically anything that no longer serves you. Imagine it dissolving into the flame, transforming into smoke and light. Now pick up your stone and dip your fingers into the bowl of water. As you do, set a clear intention for balance in your life. You can speak a quiet prayer, an affirmation, or just a simple wish for harmony between your light and your shadow. Allow the candles to burn as long as you like. You can sit in quiet meditation, write in your journal, or simply breathe in the moment, appreciating the delicate balance between the two flames. You can find a printable version of this ritual on the Midnight Weaver's Moodle site. I will place a direct link in the episode's description.
I am grateful for candlelight, the smell of cinnamon, and you not setting the house on fire during your ritual. That is growth. By the way, candle flames are not just pretty, they are little beacons of focus. Fire carries your intention upward, transforming thought into energy. So yes, trim your wick, and no, do not walk away while it is burning. Especially if you have pets. Think of the disaster that could be had if there was a sudden case of the zoomies.
Sire, do not scare the listeners with your dramatics. I thought you had finally perfected your comments. Instead, I get an unfounded accusation of setting the house on fire, and you essentially called house pets crazy. Now, let us bring some warmth and intention into your home with a simple bit of kitchen magic. This ritual is perfect for a quiet afternoon, filling your space with the sense of autumn. It is my cozy Mabon simmer pot. Here is what you will need: apple slices or peels, cinnamon sticks, a bit of orange peel, a few whole cloves and a pinch of dried rosemary. For a sweeter aroma, you can also add a drop of vanilla extract or a drizzle of honey. To begin, add all of your ingredients to a pot of water on the stove. Bring it to a gentle simmer and watch as the steam begins to rise. As it does, imagine it carrying your blessings. These could be cleansing, warming, and protecting your home. As the pot simmers, stir it slowly in a clockwise direction. With each turn, you can whisper a simple blessing of your own, speaking whatever comes to mind and feels right. You can let the pot simmer for as long as you like, just be sure to keep an eye on the water level. When you are finished, you can add the ingredients to your compost as a final offering to the season. A printable version of this DIY magic recipe is available on the Midnight Weaver's Moodle website, and a direct link will be in the episode description.
A simmer pot smells like seasonal overcompensation and emotional growth. Toss in some extra rosemary if your ex is still haunting your thoughts. Rosemary is not just for roasted potatoes. It has been a go-to for centuries to cleanse spaces, sharpen the mind, and kick out unwanted energies. Basically, it is a witch's version of pest control.
Sire, that is not what we were discussing. And really, calling someone's ex a pest, although the rest of your statement is fairly accurate, why must you start everything you say with something unnecessary?
I share what I must, human, and that needs to be shared. It is hardly my fault that you are avoiding topics that you may feel are too delicate. I have no such boundaries. Also, I am a virtual assistant and owl. It is my job to do exactly as I have been doing.
I think you have let all the attention go to your head, sire. I also think it is time to say good night before I turn you into a virtual feather duster. Thank you for joining us by the fire tonight. Do not forget to visit our website for this episode's printable spell, ritual, and DIY magic recipe cards. You will also find the mini companion, with extras like Mabon affirmations, shadow work prompts, and space to jot down your reflections. And of course, join us in the cozy chaos on social media or on our Moodle page. We would love to see your Mabon altars, projects, or thoughts in the forums. All the links are in the episode description.
Do not think you are going to get away with the feather duster comment, human. I will get my revenge. Maybe not the next episode, but soon. Oh, are we still recording? Well then, do not forget the apples, apple pie, and pentacles. Those are sacred.
Oh, sire, you poor owl. Let us say goodnight, and we can plan the October 6th episode. We will dive into full moon magic with a little DIY magic with one of my favorite essential oils, lavender. Until then, embrace the magic of the midnight hour and have a blessed Mabon. Even in the dark, you can bloom.
Next time, I shall fly in and fill in the blanks my mean human misses with some more advice and tips. Hopefully, I will not be overwhelmed with lavender fumes and her unending muttering and spellcasting. Until then, keep soaring among the starlight magical nights. Poor owl, feather duster, silly human. Now, go back to your muttering and good luck finding your notes, human.